Domestic violence takes many forms and goes by many names. This year, agencies and organizations in Alexander County are joining forces to help raise awareness that there is one word that should never be associated with domestic violence. That word is silence. Too often, victims who live in an abusive relationships remain quiet about their situation, living silently in fear of their abuser, while life for everyone else around them carries on like normal. These become the hidden victims of domestic violence, who are afraid to speak out against their abuser for fear of more violence. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We would like to ask you to join us in our campaign against domestic violence and help us break the silence to stop the violence.
When you, as a victim of domestic violence, call out for help, know that I am here to answer that call. Hello, I'm Lieutenant Jason Moore of the Alexander County Sheriff's Office. Part of my duties is to oversee our offender-focused domestic violence initiative program. I monitor reports and arrests involving domestic violence incidents and meet with the offender once they are arrested to demonstrate to them that we take domestic violence serious in Alexander County. Through our offender classification system, offenders are identified for more aggressive prosecution and follow-up interventions designed to curb the reoccurrence of domestic violence in Alexander County. If you are a victim of domestic violence, know that there are officers like me ready to help break the silence and stop the violence.
As a victim, navigating the legal system can be a daunting task. You may not speak the language or understand the process, and having to face your abuser may terrify you. Hello, I'm Sarah Kirkman, District Attorney for Alexander County. If you're a victim of domestic violence, I want you to know that my staff of Assistant DAs and I will be with you every step of the way as you navigate the court system. You may feel as if you have no voice, but when you come to court, know that we will be there to stand with you and help you break the silence to end the violence.
Victims of domestic violence often face many forms of abuse, and their abusers cause them to feel as if they have no voice to cry out for help. Hello, I'm Marley Lee, Domestic Violence Advocate for the Shelter Home of Caldwell County here in Alexander County. As an advocate, it is my job to speak up for the victims of domestic violence who cannot or will not speak up for themselves. Domestic violence isn't just a problem for the victims and the abuser. It is the issue that affects all of those who live in the community. The Shelter Home of Caldwell County is available to work with victims of domestic violence, helping them navigate the often complicated and lengthy court process. We provide services such as 24-hour crisis intervention, emergency shelter, support groups, medical advocacy, and legal advocacy, and many other vital services that assist victims in the area, but we cannot do it alone. We need you, as the community, to stand up and be a voice for someone who may be silently suffering in an abusive relationship. Stand with me today, and let's break the silence to end the violence.
If you or someone you love is in an abusive relationship, help is only a phone call away. The Shelter Home of Caldwell County offers free services to victims of domestic violence in Alexander County. A 24-hour helpline is available by calling 828-635-8850. Again, 828-635-8850. If you see something, say something. Help us to break the silence and end the violence.